Hey everybody, Christian here. I just wanted to preface this episode by saying I had to do a lot of editing and post. We used Google Meets to have the interview when I normally use a different service, so it was a lot of learning on the fly for me. From a show running perspective, not my best work. I like to put together, if you've seen the show before, if you've seen the LNC podcast, I like to put together a nice, clean, pristine product for you all. I hope you can look past all the jump cuts, is what I'm saying, and enjoy what I thought was a very fun interview with a down-to-earth, chill, charismatic dude. Aaron is not the delusional person that people will paint him out to be on Instagram or TikTok or wherever this meme is blowing up, right? You see a clip of a guy in 60 seconds losing his cool, saying some like very mildly out-of-pocket stuff to some really great players, and it's tempting to want to bash him. But I hope what this episode can do is provide context, necessary context, that nobody these days is willing to find or scrounge up themselves, right? I hope we're able to compress it in a way that's enjoyable and noteworthy. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy our interview with the self-taught legend himself, Mr. Aaron Schwartz.
Thanks for letting me fucking solo, asshole.
Get out of here. Get out. No one wants you here.
Dude,
Leave.
play Spain. None of you can play Spain.
What does that mean? What's going on? What's going on?
Get out of here, dude.
Guys, we're definitely not arguing. Hold up. Your voice is way too loud for whatever's happening right now.
Please, yo, my man, come here. Come here.
You know who you're talking to? A self-taught fucking legend.
We're not doing that on
I've never heard any of these
We're not
songs that I
doing
can play
this on the
right
stage,
fucking
man. Calm
along.
the fuck down, bro.
And none of you can play Spain, and I can play it perfectly.
Okay.
Let's play Spain.
No, I think we should play Spain so we can play.
Yeah, we fucking should.
What's up, everybody? We're back with a very special episode. We're going to get right into it here because our guest has just a little bit of time to talk to us, and I'm so glad he could. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Aaron Schwartz. What is up, my man? The legend himself, self-taught legend. I want to get as many questions out as possible in kind of a rapid-fire situation. I didn't have a lot of time to prep, so if anything ends up looking janky, I'll have to fix that in post. But in the meantime, Aaron, what is your music background? What would you say is your playing experience or playing level?
Yeah, I mean, I've just played guitar for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Play guitar. Did you have any educational background, classical guitar, rock? Do you have any jazz experience per se?
No education.
So you kind of just picked up guitar. You picked up acoustic guitar. That's your instrument of choice, right? You picked that up. And what, YouTube? How did you learn anything?
No, I just like played like over the course of time, like really just like
all from ear.
Just like over the course of the years. Yeah, just like listen to songs and learn songs.
You don't have you don't have an uncle or somebody who's like, let me take you aside in the corner and show you how to, do a chord. I don't know anything about guitar, so I'm going to sound like a dumbass.
No. Everything I ever like learned, I either went and like listened to something and then figured it out, or just like looked up the chords to a song and like pieced it together like a puzzle.
Wow, that's awesome. That I everything I've ever learned was from somebody at first. Like I had piano lessons as a young kid, and I did trumpet in middle school. That's when I started on that. And then I would go online and kind of do what you did and put the pieces together after the fact. But it's really impressive that you had, or you say you've had, nobody show you how to do any of this. And yet, I mean, you're not as mediocre of a player as some of these people would paint you out to be, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I know, I mean, as far as like my playing goes, like I know like exactly like where I am. Like I know enough about music and music theory. It's like I know in my playing what I need to like get better at, especially in jazz, where it's like I need to learn all these different like chord shapes and inversions and voicings, jazz voicing. That's like, so it's not like I know enough like to know where I lack and where, you know, I know a little bit, that's for certain.
That's a big part of all this. And for those of you who don't know who Aaron is, if this is kind of coming out of nowhere, or you're not following along with our discussion here, Aaron was in a video, a viral-ish video online where he's at a jam session. You're at a jam in New York at a club called Smalls, which I've never been to, never heard of prior to this. I don't think anybody's ever heard of it outside of New York prior to this video, where in like under 2 minutes, it's just the end of a song. It was a song called Nica's Dream that the band was playing. At a jam session, you know, that they'll be playing jazz standards, and that was just one of the standards they happened to be playing. And at the end of that song, you asked why they weren't playing Spain, or why you didn't get an opportunity to play Spain during that.
So what happened was, so during that song, or like before that song, someone was like, "Yo, if you don't know the tunes, just try to solo. Don't try to comp or whatever." So I was like, all right. So during the song, I kept trying to come in for like a solo, and someone would be like, "No, it's not your turn." And so I would like back up, and then like I tried that like 3 times, and then the song ended, and I was like, "Oh, well, thanks for letting me solo." And then I was like, the whole Spain thing is really like, so I'm pretty inexperienced with jam set, like jazz standards in general,
right.
And Spain is just the song that I really woodshedded pretty hard the last few months. So I was just like, I was trying to play the song that I practiced the most, really, and so I was like, oh damn, I have to play all these songs that I don't know, and I just wanted to play the one that I did. Yeah, I guess.
I totally get that. I mean, when you've practiced one thing deliberately for that long, you want to showcase it. I want to show the clip of you doing that, but I don't think I can do it here, so I'll put it in post. We've all seen it here. We don't have to watch it now. You said you don't have jazz experience, or you don't know many standards. Do you know any other standards other than Spain?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I know a few. I've been teaching myself like jazz songs the past like year or so.
Just out of curiosity, what are some of your favorite jazz songs that you've learned so far?
Sugar, Stanley Turrentine.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's a
Cheesecake.
That one I don't know.
That's a Dexter Gordon song I like.
Okay.
Ain't Miss Bacon I like a lot. I mean, I know a ton of them. I could just like list off some. Midnight Blue. That's a good one.
What prompted you to launch into this genre in particular?
Oh, I mean, honestly, just like sort of a natural progression through like learning guitar.
Right. And so you've learned guitar, you like playing other genres mainly, and it's not until this year that you decided to try jazz out and like take the swing at it, or has this been something you've been kind of stewing on?
Oh no, I was just like, oh, I've been in New York for a few years, and there's a lot of jazz around here. Never really listened to it before, so I was like, oh, jazz is kind of cool. Maybe I should try to learn how to play it. Okay,
I get that. Had you been to any jam sessions before? Was that like
none?
Wow.
None. Zero.
And you know, I'm only asking these questions, and the order I'm asking them is because this paints a picture of context for people that none of them have. None of them know. It's like, it'd be like if you're a comedian, which a lot of comedians will watch this and they might not understand the similarity. So I'll paint it like this. If you're a comedian just starting out and you go to not even like an open mic, but you've gone to a showcase, and at the end of the show, everybody paid tickets for. At the end of the show, the last comedian gets off stage and he goes, "All right, I'm going to open the floor. It's an open mic now. Get up here, anybody who wants to." And then you get up on stage and nobody's, you know, vibing with you. It's a kind of tough analogy because in a jam session, you're meeting new musicians that you've never played with before, and you're all kind of assuming that everybody's up to a certain level.
Yeah,
it's not
it's like a
that
group project.
right, exactly. So it's not necessarily that anybody wants to exclude somebody, but that's just the nature of the democratic system of jam sessions in general. You know, is that everybody wants to think everyone knows all the songs or whatever. But I've been to so many jam sessions, funk, pop, rock, where I don't know half the shit just because I'm a dumb shit and I don't know music. So, but jazz is so hyper specific and already so exclusionary that I couldn't imagine being on stage and being like, does this guy know anything of what's going on at all? Or, you know, which that's so cool that you have that much confidence too.
That's what I thought. Honestly, that's what I thought jazz was all about. Improvising. Who needs to know the tunes?
Right.
If jazz improvise.
It's a little deeper than that. That's just the surface level. That's what everybody will tell you to make it sound more alluring or to make it sound more mystical than it is. But it does take a lot of practice. I'm not the best player in the world, and I've been playing trumpet for I think 15 years now or something close to that, and I'm still, you know, I still have a lot to learn and a ways to go to consider myself a great improviser. But that you have balls of steel is all I can say, because I would have been shitting bricks. I would have put my head down and ran out immediately. I do want to watch with you. Did you see the band leader that night? I don't know if he's the band leader, but he was running the jam session or the open mic or whatever you want to call it. His name's Eric Wyatt. I saw an extended interview with him where he kind of went through his perspective, because I think he was a guy who got up on stage and told you, you know, it's time to go after you had. Would you be okay watching some of that? Because I want to get your feedback on that, and let's get some more context. All right, so this is Eric Wyatt. He was running the room when you got up on stage, and I think he told you to get out. This is what he had to say on that.
What sympathy thing? He deserves sympathy because he definitely has some issues, but it shouldn't be that he couldn't play and we were beating him up. Nobody beating him up.
First of all, I'm not going to beat him up for not being able to say beat him up, but I will ask you this: did anybody give you flack about your playing ability? You said that like they told you just to solo if you couldn't comp, but did anybody kind of like address you, or did you feel anybody staring at you or making you uncomfortable for your playing ability?
No, I mean, I don't think anybody was really mad about my playing ability. I think people are mad that I wasn't playing in the jazz language. And Eric Wyatt's actually the guy who told me, if you don't know the songs, just try to take a solo. Don't comp or whatever. I don't think he really knew that I'd never been there before.
Okay, good. Let's keep going here.
The night went pretty calm. He was on the stage for quite a bit of the session. It's when he decided to call a song. We're professionals. We're not dummies. We can hear. You're not great. You're mediocre.
Did you ask them to play Spain multiple times throughout the night? I haven't watched the full VOD, so I guess I could have done that beforehand.
No, I think I went in. I was like, I might have called it like the day before, but that night I don't think. I think I was trying to I was trying to say I'm basically a singer. I've only learned so many tunes. I would like to maybe call a song and practice instead of try to keep up with all these songs I've never heard.
Right.
And then I was just on that specific night. I don't know how I ended up on stage for 4 songs. I think I was waiting to call a song.
Yeah, till they brought you in the one that you knew.
Yeah.
So how long were you waiting that night, if you can remember? I just want you to paint a picture for people who haven't gone to an event like this. You might be waiting for hours and hours on end until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and you might not even get an opportunity to play. So how long were you waiting that night?
I don't know, not too long. You have to be like the right mix of like assertive and cool if you're like not one of them regularly. Because it's kind of a club. Like you have to there's like political act, or like there's like You know, like there's like a fucking, you know, there's a, I don't know, and granted, I'm admittedly terrible at like following little like social etiquettes and norms, no matter what the setting is. I'm just like fucking going, and so that could have been anything, like a jazz, like let's say I got into golf and went to like some golf jam. I'm sure I would have done the same thing there.
The etiquette is so subtle though, and so petty. Like you said, political is a perfect word. There are so many other versions of this that happen with every art form or with every opportunity like this. You're going to have the regulars who are there every week, who have pull, sway, what have you. And what he goes on to say in this video is that it's a very democratic process, which is true to a point. And just like most democratic processes, there are people with more pull and more input than others. If you're brand new to this, you're not going to, it's just understood that you're not going to be the person to suggest anything. You're going to take back seat.
If you're new, you're like half a vote, but if you dare every single time, you're like 10 votes, you know?
Right, so exactly. So that's part of it. And again, it's a testament to your confidence as an individual. Like you described, you have to have a certain, you know, put your chest out and you know, assert yourself just to even get the opportunity. So that's, but for him to say that you had something going on mentally or that you, like, I think that's kind of a low blow on his part. And you don't have to necessarily go in on Eric Wyatt here, especially if you want another opportunity to go there and play again, because it seems like a great one. But
I mean, I can go there. Yeah, I mean, I've been going there every day for a couple of weeks, but I could go there whenever I want.
Good, excellent. I wanted to give you the opportunity to look at what he's saying and again, just lay it all out, because even someone like him who was there, who interacted with you directly, who diffused the situation, even he starts to kind of go off and say, like, I don't know what's going on with this guy or what's going through his head, because he doesn't know.
I can put it like this, actually, and this is actually like a hilarious way to put it. But this is a hilarious way to put it, and it actually goes so perfect with this whole saga. So from what I've gathered in the jazz community, a long time ago, my behavior never would have been tolerated, because what they would call, you know, like some OG, you know, some like real player would have like put me in my place, right? So nowadays, jazz is like fucking stale and dead, and there are no OGs, you know? It's everybody just copying the OGs.
Yeah.
So I come in and I break everything, and there's no OGs to put me in my place. So basically, like, I'm now the most famous jazz musician, and I'm not really even a jazz musician. So I'm basically the OG now.
Right.
That's kind of the message I have for Eric Wyatt.
And I would say someone like Eric is an OG, and that's why he was the chaperone for the night. I mean, I believe he played a set that night that led into the jam session. Like, he is a continually practicing professional player, you know, at his age. I think he's like late 50s, early 60s, whatever, you know. So I get what you're saying of, like, in the jam session, it's all college students, nobodies, you know, people trying to rise in rank, play the system, do their time, pay their dues. Exactly. And I said something on Instagram yesterday when I kind of discovered all this 2 days ago, and then I did a whole thing on my Instagram story about this, where I said I'm just personally sick of people like those college guys, like the Berkeley types, who think they're all high and mighty and blow a bunch of smoke up their own ass. And then somebody like you comes along who just wants to learn the music, wants to learn the genre, and get some hands-on playing experience in a free opportunity that anybody should be able to have in a truly democratic process. For you to come along and for them to act snide, or, you know, just to treat you differently in any capacity. I don't care if they came out and said it or not, because I could tell from watching that video and watching the way people kind of put their heads down and shrugged it off and laughed and walked away once you had your outburst. For them to condescend to people, for them to look
There's
down.
a lot of cool ones there.
There's a lot of what?
There's both like there's a lot of that attitude around there, but there's also like a lot of like real actually cool
Cool chill
jazz.
people, and that's necessary context as well, because I mean the people who make all these memes will have you believe it's one way or the other. Either Aaron Schwartz is a complete dickhead, delusional asshole who had no business being there at all, or he is the self-taught fucking legend. He needs nobody. He doesn't need them. He is the most famous jazz musician. It's actually somewhere in the middle, I believe, and I think most people should figure that out pretty quickly. That's awesome, though. That's awesome that you found a community there, that you're able to go back there and revisit that. I don't think we have to watch much more of this, if any. Basically, he just goes over the democratic process or the etiquette. He actually lays that out, or how he thinks of it. So I would encourage you to watch this on your own, and maybe that would give you kind of a leg up.
part of my frustration too is I really, in the videos don't show this. I really was following the etiquette most of the time, and what would happen is I would be talking with the cool cats about like how I'm new and I want to get up on stage and try, and they were helping me get up there, and then like a band leader or something would inevitably shut me down, and then I would like be like, bro, I just went through the process, and so that's kind of that was kind of like almost like part of it, but it's hopefully it's water under the bridge, and honestly, like I mostly want to just like play music with other people, and this has given me opportunity. I think people have been reaching out to me to like jam and stuff, and I think like this will be an opportunity to go do that.
Yeah, that's what's up. And what that sounds like to me is part of that gatekeeping process. Is it's like no matter what you do or who you talk to, you think you're going through the proper channels. You get there, and a pro in the room or the guy running the room on any given night could look at you and be like, how the hell did he get up here? Who let this happen? Did the system fail us that it allowed this on stage? And I'm only saying that as a joke. You watch the video of you playing, you're not a bad player. You're clearly not like a college level player or a scholar per se, but you're in the key, you're jamming along. You're clearly trying to learn. And I mean, some people, I guess like the old heads might not think of a jam session like that as the learning opportunity. So as to mean you should have practiced enough.
Even the whole wow, well, this guy's got an acoustic guitar.
Right.
What?
Right.
Yeah. Even just having an acoustic guitar, these people were confused.
It's already
they were like, you don't. And to me, like what difference does it make? Like it's the chord, like if it's like the chords are the same,
right.
And then they're like even just something as little as that, they're so like jazz is so in its own little like smug, smelling its own farts bubble. They couldn't believe I even had the balls to show up with an acoustic.
That's part of it, and I'll say. I kind of fit that description too. Of like, there was no for me. Like you got to understand. There was no balls to show up with an acoustic. I was just like, oh, I'll just bring my guitar because you didn't know any different.
I got.
Yeah. I don't have 20 guitars right now. My bad, I guess.
So if there's a major takeaway for somebody who thought you were like an asshole, I would say you're not delusional. You were just kind of like oblivious. You just thought, here's an opportunity. This could have been a coffee shop. It could have been anywhere, and you would have done the same thing, right? And that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to leave on a good note. Are there any songs you're learning right now that you think you'll go back and showcase maybe in the near future?
Let's see. I mean, Spain. No, just kidding. They probably wouldn't do Spain there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just doing whatever I do. I learned a bunch of songs.
You say that as a joke, Spain, but I had this talk with somebody. I was playing jazz at a retirement community earlier today. That's why I look like shit right now. I didn't even get to take a shower when I got home. But I said that Spain, talking about you, Spain is like the worst song to play at a jam session. Even if all those guys could play it, even if you could play it, since you were oblivious, you didn't know this, but it's kind of inconsiderate to be like, let's do the hardest fucking song now and show all these other guys up. Well, first of all, you're not going to be able to show them up because they're not going to be able to hold a tempo or agree on the timing of everything, because that's like a highly syncopated, highly technical song. So it's kind of tough. You saw you played there for several nights, so most of the standards fit the typical like A pattern.
I know. I gotta learn some just bebop jam session standards.
Exactly. Learn Joy Spring, learn Jordu, any Clifford Brown song.
Maybe I should learn Nica's Dream.
You should, and that would be great, because that would be like your redemption arc. Not that you need to be redeemed, because everybody's kind of like on your side for the most part, or you're just a meme. It's not like you did anything bad, but do that. Learn Nica's Dream and report back, man. I want to see you make a video where you're playing that shit. That'd be awesome. Well, thank you, Aaron. I think that's pretty much the end of my meaningful questions, but I hope you're doing well. I hope for all the people clowning and every person that kind of takes a dig at you, or like whatever shows you do, if they try to get you on just to sabotage you, I hope that you have an experience like this or something you can take away that's a little more positive, or because I think a lot of people are in your corner. There are a lot of people who
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Then thanks for having me. Thanks for
Of course, man. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Sorry, I kind of took the reins for most of that. He had a limited time with us.
No, you're good.
So I wanted to rapid fire as many questions as I could. So this is being recorded after that interview, but there were some things that we didn't get to look at and talk about with him because he had to kind of come in and out. But I want, for anybody who wants context or wants a little more meat on the bone, here it is. We can watch the incident itself here. How did you feel about our discussion, Lorenzo? First of all, how'd you think that went?
It went well. You know what I'm saying? He seemed cool. He seemed like he was just trying to do what he could. And it's like, I get that. He's like, this is what I got, And I was thinking, immediately seeing him show up with like an air guitar and be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, he showed up with what he had. Yeah, so I'm like, I
feel like you didn't get to say much when we had him here because I was just going through question after question type thing, just because of the nature of time constraints. But I feel like I could see you going into a club or something if you actually learned guitar on your own. I could see you trying to get up and trying to play guitar with some like pros and then being laughed off stage.
Look, oh my gosh, that's so terrible. That's so terrible. Look, I know my level, and it's like I ain't practicing forever. I still got the guitar tuner on my phone. I obviously don't use that shit, But like, So I used the Elle Varner.
No.
So she has this album, whole album's fire, Perfectly Imperfect, and she has this she plays the whole album acoustic, and it's a YouTube video, and I used to watch that while I was learning guitar, and and I had a teacher, I had a friend that played guitar as well, but obviously it didn't stick that well. You don't use it, you lose it. So
right. That's so true. I have your guitar and I've never used it, so there's nothing to lose. So I could see you doing that, and also I think everybody could see themselves in a similar position. So like the memes going around with musicians mainly, and with people who are in college for music or people who are studying music in some capacity, because that's what you have on your Instagram feed to begin with. So you already have #jazz and #self-taught legend jazz it's gonna pop up in what you're looking at already. But I think this has the potential to go even broader because it's a universal feeling of being it's not like people perceive it as overconfidence or immense self-confidence, but it's truly just obliviousness. It's like, I want to get good at this thing. What better way to do that than by getting hands-on experience and going and trying to play what I've learned on my own in public. And that is very confident, but it is also like short-sighted of like, oh, I had no idea I was going to get this much heat for getting
like
this heated.
Like, how would I know? But it's the age of the internet. Everything's up somewhere, you know?
So I kind of like, I gave you all the videos I was seeing at the time to look at. What did you think about them? Did you have any like visceral reactions to his incident, which we'll watch here in a second, and then to like the people making memes about it after?
Oh my gosh, because I watched them all this morning actually, and I listened to a good part of Spain, and I was like, because it seems crazy, but then like, you know, with the guy that was, you know, holding it all, he pretty much gave a decent breakdown of it, and he's like, you know, I had him sit in the back and whatnot, so he's like, he wasn't kicked out, you know, he was just you know, so it's like we got both sides, and it definitely helps to see what the whole picture was. So it's not like, all right, everybody's against them. It's just like some people, you know, weren't really feeling his playing, but some people were like, you know, it happens. It's like that, you know.
Let's watch the video, and then we can kind of break it down for everybody. Here is the moments leading up to the self-taught legend Notorious outbursts. So here we go. This is Nica's dream that they're improvising over. And this is Aaron. We just talked to Aaron. This is him soloing. This is so dirty. I actually wish we watched this with Aaron. I'll tell you why it's dirty. Because he's not playing badly. He's just not. The only thing he's doing is there's like several gaps in the solo where he's not playing continuously. Like he said to us, he needs to learn more bebop. Bebop, for the lay person who doesn't know what that means, that's not an anime, so calm down. I want you to have a seat. Calm down. I would never invoke an anime on this show, and everybody knows that. Bebop is a style of jazz that's very convoluted. There are very specific scale patterns, and it's very fast usually. It's very like not a breath in between. Like when people think of jazz, it's sad that all they think of in their head usually is bebop or like something like Thelonious Monk sounding, where it's kind of dissonant, kind of like abstract. When people hear the word jazz now, they just think of like, oh, I don't listen to that because I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know what's happening. That's what bebop is. Like, you don't know what's happening because they're just soloing like crazy within the key, and it's like it's hard to track. I don't even know if you're a regular person.
I don't even know how I go.
So he's not doing a bebop style solo here. He's kind of just like trying to get his fingers on it and trying to stay within the key the best that he can. And he's doing a good job of that for never fucking doing this before.
He's not offbeat or nothing. No. You know, it's like it sounds good.
He's in the damn key. Give him kind of a break. So I said that this is dirty because the piano player just stops playing and just hangs him out to dry. You need that comping happening. You need somebody behind you. Background. The background drops out. It's like a scene in the movie where someone's giving a speech and they don't do the speech well, and then the microphone makes the ringing feedback sound, the feedback. That's what they're doing to him. They're creating unnecessary feedback by hanging him out to dry and making it look shittier than it actually is. So
leave me my background so I can talk over it.
So I'm gonna speak for myself, not necessarily on Aaron's behalf, because I feel like Aaron would like to go back here and try it again. But that piano player did him dirty, and anybody else who dropped out did him dirty, and they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. And that's the kind of snide snobbiness that I'm talking about that I don't like. It's like, grow the fuck up. I get that you're in college or whatever. I get that your frontal lobe probably isn't fully developed or whatever, but you don't have to be a dickhead. This does not need to turn into a locker room. We have locker rooms everywhere. Play a sport, which I bet you can't, which is why you're so good at jazz in the first place. But that doesn't give you license to start to turn this into some kind of fraternity thing and bully people. That's a form of bullying, you know. And I'm not a snowflake for saying that. It's plain as day. The guy just stops playing behind him. Listen to this. It's like, it's just the drums and the guitar for at least like 8 seconds there. That's outrageous.
That's all I hear. And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, is it only supposed to be the drums?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were supposed to be, you know?
Not at all.
I'm like, out of all the instruments, he the only one throwing in.
So I think here several times throughout the night, he would try to solo, and they would do some version of that to him because they were like, is he even soloing? What's happening? Like, I'm not hearing anything good happening, you know? And someone else would jump in on top of him and cover him up. They would start doing crazy stuff soloing. So at the end of the night, after this song is over, again, Nica's dream ends, he has a little something to say. And this is the Notorious video.
Thanks for letting me fucking solo, asshole.
Get out.
He says, thanks for letting me solo, asshole. Because again, he's been trying to solo all night. Everybody gets a solo. That's how it works. The sax gets one, trumpet, even the bass and the drums get solos, right? So everybody, they go around in a circle. He's at Nika's dream ends, and he's like, thanks for letting me solo, asshole, because they just kind of cut him off, or they opted not to play. And then I don't know who says that. I think what Eric Wyatt said, the guy running the room, I think what he said is it's a patron at the bar. It's an audience member says, read the room, asshole. So it's not even another musician who said that. It's not somebody trying to cut him down as a colleague. It's just somebody who's listening and being like the SpongeBob meme, like, well, oh brother, this guy stinks, you know. He's doing that from the bar and saying read the room. So I want to provide that context as well. That's not one of the musicians.
Get out. No one wants you here.
Again, that's someone at the bar. So that's just a heckler. It's not even another player. But you can see all the players.
Play Spain. None of you can play.
Like look at the drummer. Just like wipe my hands on the pants, stand up. I can't hear you. Can you put the mic in front of your mouth? I don't know what's happening. It's kind of cutting out. Maybe unplug it, plug it back in, but we get the picture. Everyone's kind of like being less than subtle with the they're concurring with the heckler. So he asks, or he says, none of you wanted to play Spain, or none of you can even play Spain. What's Spain? To anybody asking, it's a song by Chick Corea, a jazz legend, died fairly recently, a few years ago. But Spain is a notoriously more difficult song. It's less of a jazz standard, which is what you play at a jam session. You play standards, you play simple songs with a simple structure that are very easy to play on the spot with no practice as a group. Without knowing anybody. So Spain is kind of a tall order, and it's an even taller order coming from somebody who clearly is kind of struggling to hang in, but hanging in nonetheless. So it's kind of like everyone starts laughing now at this point of like, Spain, yeah, effing right. Yeah, right, man. Spain, sure.
Get out of here.
See, the drummer's laughing.
Your voice is way too loud for whatever's happening.
So this guy saying your voice is way too loud for whatever's happening, I believe that's Eric Wyatt, whose video we watched with Aaron, so I suggest you stick around and see that if you didn't already. But that is the guy running the room.
Please, yo, my man, come here.
You know who you're talking to? A self-taught fucking legend.
We're not doing that
I've
on
never heard
Oh, so this is I think this is Eric. So again, I don't think he knew completely who he was talking to. He might have. Again, I don't have all of the context, but at the end of the night, he was kind of pissed off because just the way everybody was acting. Everybody's acting kind of
like I was
snooty.
trying to do my thing, and y'all, you're not working with me.
Yeah. So that line right there, I'm a self-taught fucking legend. That's the meme. That's the hashtag STL, STFL. There are people making shirts with it. There are people, it's not a small thing. And he's been getting some messages from people, some nice, some not. He's been getting, I'm sure, tagged in some of these more salacious memes, but I think our discussion with him will help provide a little more context and kind of humanize Aaron. And he shouldn't be the sum of his worst on-camera moment. I don't think that's very fair, especially out of context. He's a complex person.
That's how most of it is. Yeah. It's more than just that. It's more than just that.
It is impressive that in the AI age, he's able to generate this much anger or pushback or virality without faking something, without it being a totally fake video. This is real. And I think that's why it's making waves per se, is because of how real it is. It's not staged.
There's so much just like stage content consistently,
That's why I think this has the potential to go really big, is because it is not staged. This is real shit.
Like, it's not staged at all. It's not an interviewer. It's nothing. It's just this, it's just what it is.
What all the people who watch it, I think, are craving is more real stuff like this, less contrived stuff. We're not stupid. We're not as stupid as Facebook and Instagram think we are, that we'll just live off of the slop is what it's called. And it's called slop because it's derogatory, and it's like keeping you on the feeding tube all day long, or supposed to, and this, I want more stuff like this, and I don't want it to all be body cam footage either, which it's sad that that's so overconsumed, because that's the only other real thing we can seem to get our hands on.
Yeah. And all that shit is fucking just atrocious.
Yeah, very.
heard any of these songs that I can play right fucking along.
Calm the fuck down, bro.
And none of you can play Spain, and I can play it perfectly.
Okay.
Let's play Spain. No, I don't want to.
No.
Now they're like, let's play it. You know what? He wants to play it. Let's play it. So anyway, that's the whole clip. That's all it took to, for this to all kind of pop off. And, I'm glad. It really has sparked a broader discussion about music in general, about jazz music as a genre, about how sort of impenetrable it's become because of the gatekeeping.
Make a movie about this one day,
right?
Like, I'm trying to think they're gonna find some comedian to be like a music teacher.
Well,
and he's gonna
it's funny because like there's a movie out right now called Marty Supreme with Timothy Chalamet, my crush. And I think that it's kind of the same. It's about a guy who wants to bring professional ping pong playing to America from like Japan or wherever it is. I haven't seen the movie, so like I'm speaking out of school here. But it's the same director as Uncut Gems, which is similar, of like Adam Sandler's this delusional gambler, hype man, self-assured guy, the confidence man, con man. Anyway, so I think there's a movie out kind of in the same vein, although this is on a much lower scale. This is an underground jam session that nobody's ever even heard of until this happened, But if there was going to be a movie, it would be like a Safdie brothers. is it Safety? Anyway, it would be like the Uncut Gems moment to moment. Like this kid is trying to make it. He's street performing. He's practicing on his own, and then he gets up on stage and gets clowned on the internet, and then turns it into something big for himself and turns it into a business. That's what I think the movie would be. Yeah,
that'd be pretty dope. Actually, he becomes a legend, and then he becomes a music teacher.
Yeah,
and all of his students are real successful. That would be the sequel.
I don't know how much more we can really squeeze out of this, but I wanted to look at some of the memes that people were making, or some of the reels people were making. Let's see. This is a sax player. This is either on the same night or a different night. The sax player said you got the opportunity to play with the master himself. Feeling blessed, he said. I think this is all there is to it.
Yeah.
Let's see another one here. Another one. This is a trumpet player who made his own video. Some of these links are broken, man. I fucking hate.
I hate Instagram. That shit because you click it, it takes you to some random shit, and I'm like,
I do not want to see. Who's this guy? I don't want to see like the
I don't even know.
Biggest catch guy doing some bullshit with an oyster. That's not what I want right now. I want to see the video I copied and pasted on my document. Anyway, it wasn't that funny. That guy kind of sucked. He was just playing Spain. Here we go. Here's a guy here doing another video.
A self-taught fucking legend.
Self-taught fucking legend.
Thanks for letting me fucking solo, asshole.
So this guy's analyzing his solo, or what solo he got to do earlier, and taking notes. And in the comments he called, or in the description he called him a jazz terrorist for some reason. So that's kind of funny. He's playing verbatim the solo he played because he's trying to learn from a legend, per se. So that's awesome. And what I'm trying to do here is not only just show you examples of people clowning on him, I'm also trying to explain the joke and make it worse, because a lot of this is cheap shit. A lot of this is hacky, dumb, cheap, but it's blowing up because everybody can respond to it. Exactly. So that's very hacky, stupid. This one I think was the most creative one I had seen. This is a group of people.
Sun is down, freezing cold. That's all you already know. When it's real, my dog
they play Spain and then sing Sicko Mode over top of it.
I was about to say, I was like, hold up, yeah. I don't think Spain fucking does.
This was cool. Check them out, Cannibal Kids. I thought that was cool, and it wasn't necessarily taking the piss out of Aaron. So yeah, I don't think there's much more to squeeze out of this. I did kind of I have videos pulled up for other incidents that have happened at that exact club that were captured on camera, because I guess it's kind of like
things happen sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Things happen, and every night is recorded. They have a system of cameras that switch automatically, so they're always capturing every night of playing. And there's hecklers, there's people who don't get their way, there's things that happen, people who have arguments. Something about this one was just special, and it just hit at the right time, And also, I think it's just the nature of Aaron himself. He's got kind of a magnetism.
Yeah.
He's confident. He's gonna voice that.
Which is big, Like, you gotta have that.
Wanted to look at this, and then I think we'll go out on this. I need to look it up because, again, the link does not work. But what got me really what got me really into this, I'd seen the video of the outburst and then just kind of waved it off. I didn't think twice about it. But what got me to re-examine it and to really take this deep dive was I follow Jason Marsalis on Instagram, who's a jazz musician out of New Orleans, who I saw live. He's one of the Marsalis family of brothers, musician, savants, extraordinaires. He is a drummer, and he had this take.
Greetings. My name is Jason Marsalis, and on the morning of January 1st, 2026,
fast forward through
I
this
had an interesting start to the new year. I was looking at my YouTube app, and a video comes across my feed. The name of the video was The Smalls Self-Taught Legend Guy Saga. And the dates were December 24th through December 29th of 2025. And I said to myself, oh, Lord, what the hell didn't happen now? So I decided, okay, I'll investigate. And come to find out, the video was about this guitar player that was sitting in at these jam sessions at Small.
And while I can't fast forward, and I'd like to because this is a lot of filler information we already know, I do think it's valuable that here's a pro player, like a celebrity, watching this and then taking the time to respond to it. That's how many musicians and people are seeing this come up. That's why I think it has potential to really like go very big, you know, as like celebrities see this and send it to each other and laugh at it and then make responses to it.
This club in New York. And as I was reading on, the gentleman that put together that video put together like 4 hours of material. Like, he spent a lot of time doing that I never could have. But
I think that
I was
what he's referencing or what he saw was like a footage of all the VODs, all of the recordings of previous nights that Aaron had been playing there. So, like I said, there's a lot of comprehensive footage I could have gone into. I told him I didn't watch the full VOD of the night of the incident because it's just a lot of coming through. It's good music, but I didn't necessarily want to spend my time doing that. I would rather just talk to him, which we did. But you could, if you're that interested in this, which I don't think it's that deep, you can go comb through plenty of public Smalls footage and probably see Aaron there and see other people having similar outbursts. Like I said, it's not an isolated incident, and I do have those clips of other things happening and going down there that didn't seem to catch wind like this one did.
Some of it out. So then not long after that, I go to Instagram and I'm noticing that it's being referenced. All of a sudden, people are referencing playing Spain perfectly and things of that nature. And then finally, I did see the clip that was the ultimate viral clip. And it's the one where they were ending the tune Nica's Dream, and the guitar player is upset, saying, man, why didn't you let me solo? He was upset about that, and he was upset that, why can't you play Spain, which is a tune by Chick Corea that was on an album entitled Light as a Feather. That was released in 1973. I can play Spain perfectly. Okay, but anyhow, it's all of these things going on.
And it really, like, you can chalk it up to that. Of like him saying, I can play Spain perfectly, and none of you even wanted to play it. That's like what the guy Eric Wyatt, who was running the room that night, his takeaway was like, clearly there's something wrong with this guy mentally, and he actually goes into his like autistic cousin or something and dealing with him similarly. And I'm like, it's not that deep. Like, this is just a guy who got a little dirty. Anybody in his position would have probably had a meltdown.
A little not happy.
So I like what Jason did. He didn't try to overanalyze it. Granted, he was not there in the room, but anybody who's looking at this even a little below the surface level clowning is going to be like, okay, dude, you're not a god, so calm down. But also, it's not the end of the world that
this
you
big
said
argument. But then you had guys telling them, man, you got to go. No, you got to go. No, we don't want you here. Just get out. And so I wanted to talk about this because there's some deeper things other than just bashing on this guitar player. Because honestly, his playing wasn't even the problem. The problem was the attitude that he had. Because frankly, if he wouldn't have said anything and played the exact same way, it would have just been seen as, okay, yes, a guy sitting in. He's not the greatest, but all right. But because of the attitude that he had, and he was upset that these guys couldn't play this, and they didn't want to play that, and he didn't know these songs. Then you listen to him play and say, oh man, this is not good. It worsens the experience. But there are some things I wanted to talk about that's deeper than just him. And
so that's what people, prior to seeing us talk to Aaron and getting his take, I think that's what most nuanced people will agree with, of like his response, his outburst was unwarranted. But what you got to remember is you'll wait around for a while, all night. You'll, we'll see.
Show up to do that.
Exactly. You show up to this one thing. If it doesn't go your way, not everybody's the same. Some people are going to have feelings about that and take it wrongly when they see the people who have more sway, or the regulars, or the people who game the system and play the politics. They see them getting their way, and he doesn't. He's gonna have something to say about that, and no two people are the same. So it's like that's really what sparked all of this, was his outburst, his response. And I think what a lot of people should just remember is that he's a human being. We all have moments like this. A lot of us in music, comedy, whatever your art form of choice is, we've had an experience where we set out to do something, and because of the politics that are going on, because of the petty nonsense that's happening behind the scenes, we didn't get our opportunity the way we envisioned it. We didn't get to make the most of a circumstance that we've worked hard to get the opportunity for.
Yeah.
And the difference between Aaron and most of us is that he voices his opinion on the spot, and he's not afraid to speak up for himself. And that's really all it comes down to. It's not about being delusional. It's not about being super cocky. You can perceive it that way. It's very easy to in the moment. If you watch just one clip, 1 minute, it's very, very, very easy to be like, that's a cocky asshole, fuck him, let me make a reel now clowning the shit out of him, because nobody should be that cocky. It's not even that. He's frustrated and walking off, and he wants to kind of stick it to these guys, and that's what he did.
I'm gonna say something. You gonna hear what I gotta say?
Yeah. Regardless of his playing ability, he is self-aware. He said that numerous times. He said it to us. He knows where he stands. He's still learning. He's a novice. But I want to say he hung in there. He was playing along. Like Jason Marsalis even said it. It's like, to the listener, average listener, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if he's just sitting there comping, or if he's just sitting there playing what he can play along. It's not going to sound bad. He's getting in where he fits in, and that's all you can really ask for when you're just starting out. So I'm kind of rambling here, but I just want to make sure he gets a fair shake, because I don't think
that everything's covered.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the full episode on the self-taught legend. So if we go and show the interview now, enjoy that interview with Aaron. If we already showed it, this is the end of the episode. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching the LNC podcast. Do you have anything going on? Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Not quite yet.
Yeah.
Pop up at Dream Big venues if you're in
Go to Dream Big.
Delmar, Delaware area,
Go check out Dream Big.
Or even if you're not, what I'm saying, pop up. Open mics Mondays, shows vary, on the weekend. Check out the website. But yeah, that's it. That's it so far.
Yeah.
You know,
this Monday, if this comes out in time, I think it's the 12th. I'll be hosting Hot Mic at Fat Pete's. I'll be there with M. Fisk and company. So come check that out. Come to that. It's an open mic. If you want to perform, sign up for that. But come see me hosting that. Otherwise, I have nothing coming up. I'm kind of just hanging out. This was the opportunity of a lifetime today. I'm glad we got to take it. I'm being facetious, of course, but it was fun. I mean, it's not every day you get to talk to somebody who you see all over your Instagram feed,
all over the internet and shit.
In my case, so it's kind of fun. I was hoping let's go out on this. Let's end this section on this video because I had this pulled up when I was testing the screen share in the Google Meet session we just did. And Aaron saw it and he goes, "Oh, is that my dad?" Jokingly, because everybody's been comparing this guy Doug Levinson to Aaron Schwartz, the self-taught legend. Everyone's been comparing the two, and I don't think they're even on the same level. I think Doug Levinson had a complete mental breakdown on the street.
He's on some other shit.
And you might have seen this before, but I mean, it's always worth a watch because it's fucking hilarious. This is guy playing trumpet on the street, not playing particularly well, playing like nursery rhymes and shit, and Doug takes it upon himself to ridicule him, to lambaste him in the street here.
Where are you from?
He's going in.
Where are you from? Go to a studio and rehearse. Maybe something you learn. You suck. You're a no-talent piece of shit. Anybody know who you are? Maybe everybody else wants to enjoy the peace and quiet. This is one of the most important places in all of North America. Who are you? Who are you? You miserable, presumptuous, no talent.
It's great. I mean, it just goes on like this for another 2 minutes, and just railing on and talking about celebrities and people he knows and has met, and it's
like, holy shit, guy, you ain't gotta do all that.
There's a really, really good interview on the Adam Friedland show. Adam Friedland's a comedian. He was on Come Town and then left to do his own thing. He interviews Doug and they get into a lot of really interesting stories about, again, Doug's proximity to all these celebrities and famous musicians and the Yankees players. And then he starts talking about transcendental meditation and how he can actually levitate off the ground. He's the first person in history to levitate or something like that. So, I mean, it's just... So, this is not the same as Aaron Schwartz. Aaron Schwartz does not believe he can fly. You might believe he's a legendary, but he was manifesting that, and now he's become a legend.
That's just manifestation. That's all that is.
I don't think Doug has ever manifested flight for himself, regardless of what he may report. But yeah, anyway, that's got to be one of my favorite videos ever.
An artist respects the silence. It serves as the foundation of creativity.
Like he's full of these like quotable lines.
Yeah.
An artist respects the silence that serves as the foundation of creativity. I mean, he's
heated.
This is a con man. This guy, like Short Stack here, he's like, he could talk your way out of anything or into anything just because he can make up these phrases on the floor.
Shit. He's like, damn, maybe he's right, maybe he's onto something.
Yeah, but I mean, look at his shoes. I mean, like, what is this guy's
look at everything
uniform?
That's phenomenal. Yeah.
He's got his pants hiked up. It looks like he has a blouse on. The way his pants are.
No belt, the shirt hella open.
Shirt double unbuttoned. Come the fuck out. He's got like a trash bag. Look,
obviously you don't have the talent. Yeah. You don't have enough respect for yourself or other people, or what it is to express yourself. In music or any other form of creativity. And I'm an NYU film school graduate.
Anyway.
Just so you know.
I walked.
He said,
who
just-
did he walk on stage? What did he say? I walked. I could find that. I mean, it's.
University
was it
of San
Bob Dylan?
Francisco.
Yeah, I walked Bob Dylan.
You
on stage.
suck. You're a no talent. If you really had talent, go practice and then get yourself a gig instead of ruining the end of the day for everybody down here.
And he says like it's because of the area it's in relation to 9/11. This area meant a lot to him personally, of like just being quiet, and the fact that this guy was playing so poorly is what set him off. Playing poorly in like a sacred area for this guy. Apparently that's the Jewish museum behind him. It didn't have to do with it being the Jewish museum, just more so this specific park is like a sacred 9/11 ground that should not be desecrated by bad trumpet playing. So that's what set this thing off.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Enjoy our interview with Aaron. Subscribe to the LNC podcast here on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast. We just had an episode come out with Keith Becker, a comedian friend of mine, former Marine. I don't think anyone's a former Marine. I think you're a Marine for life once you're inducted. Semper Fi to him. Check that episode out. Check out Monica Daly's episode, Aaron Coyne. We got so many great guests this year lined up, so please hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single one. Peace out, everybody. Thank you again. I hope you're out there rocking it like the self-taught legend himself. Bye-bye, y'all.